Hello everyone and welcome to the RamsHouse.com's first video we're doing on YouTube. We're going to be doing a film breakdown on the second round pick for the LA Rams, Taylor Rapp. Remember guys, if you guys enjoyed the video and are looking forward to seeing more Rams content like this in the future, film breakdowns and more from Rams House, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and comment below. Let us know what you guys think about the video and how we can improve it. And also, of course, check out RamsHouse.com. The video there, the link to the website will be in the description of the video. But guys, thank you for watching. Today we're going to be discussing again safety from Washington, Taylor Rapp, the second round pick for the LA Rams. And you know, picking a safety with the first pick the Rams used in this draft is interesting because safety wouldn't generally be viewed as a position of need, seeing as we have Eric Weddle at free safety position and John Johnson III at the strong safety position. But obviously Weddle is getting older in age and he's signed a 2-year contract. The second year is virtually non-guaranteed. So he's not exactly coming in to a position that won't be of need in the next couple of years. Also, and this is where it's most important next year, Taylor will be more than likely filling a position that was filled by Mark Christian last year as that hybrid safety linebacker in nickel packages. And Marquis Christian played 35% of the snaps last year, just a shade under that. So actually played a pretty decent amount of playing time. And I believe that Taylor will get even more this year as we potentially see an increase in that nickel formation, especially when you look at some of the additions we made in the offseason and in the draft, from free agency in the draft. They kind of point towards using more of that nickel formation more often. So let's go ahead and get into this. Taylor Rapp, welcome to the LA Rams. This is his Pro Football Focus draft preview. You guys can see his 3-year grades in the bottom left corner. His overall grade topped out, 84.2 2017, 90.1 this year, which was, as we can see, is really high. So then we had obviously the run defense in 2017 was amazing, topping out at 88.9. Coverage was still great at 81.3, and this year the run defense grade has dropped a little bit to 79.6, but the coverage grades popped up to 89.8, and the overall obviously is killer. In the top right corner, we see some of the basic stats for safeties. Total snaps played, targets, how many times they were targeted, how many receptions they allowed in coverage, and of course the passer rating. So you guys can see there he was targeted 18 times, which isn't very much, but he was very solid in coverage, only allowed 8 receptions and a passer rating of 12. How does a passer rating of 12 happen? Well, we're going to go into that a little bit further down the line. And he made 16 run stops, and the MT there stands for missed tackles. Only 2 missed tackles for the year. One of the most sure tacklers in all of college football. So then next we have yards per coverage snap in the advanced stats section. He ranked 3rd in the nation among safeties in that. Snaps per reception, 51.6. So think about that. He played 51.5 snaps per reception allowed, 6th in the nation, which is just phenomenal. Total stops is 16, tied for 122nd. Now, there's a couple factors that lead into that. Number one, he played a lot of deep safety, and you're going to see that as we break down film in a little bit here. Number two, he played with a really good defense. The Washington Huskies had a lot of really solid defenders. A lot of them went in the first 3 or 4 rounds of the draft, including, second Husky taken by the Rams this year, Greg Gaines. We're going to be talking about him in a separate video. We're going to be covering every single draft pick. And then, of course, coverage grade 89.8, tied for 5th, and overall grade 3rd in the nation among safeties. So solid work all around. Then we get, so how does, this is the 12, again, covering the 12 passer rating allowed, was the number 1 by a long margin among Pac-12 safeties. Absolutely killed it amongst his peers in the Pac-12. How does that happen? By forcing an incompletion rate of 27.8, which is significantly higher than the other Pac-12 safeties. And what goes into that? That's pass deflections or passes defended and interceptions combined against the total amount of targets. So it's a really impressive number, guys. He ended up getting a almost 28% forcing completion rate, which is really solid. But that's not where it stops with Taylor Rapp. Taylor Rapp is also very, very solid against the run. And he's a very, very fundamentally sound and sure tackler, as you guys can see here, by the missed tackle percentage of 5%, which was the highest among all draft eligible players in the Pac-12. That's not just safeties, but all players together, which is really, really great. So he's one of the most sure tacklers in the draft. Yeah, and just brings a lot to the table. Now we're gonna watch film. I want to go over one more thing before we start the film, and that's combine results. They're not posted up on here, but I can tell you that Taylor Rapp, he measured just fine. He's got, about average explosive measurables when you're talking about the vertical and you're talking about the broad jump. He's got about average to slightly above average measurables in the explosive measurements. And then we're talking about agility measurements, which is the 3-cone drill, the 20-yard shuttle, and the 20-yard and the 60-yard shuttle. Rapp was amongst the best in the NFL. And if you guys have been following the Rams for a long time or just a little bit, or you know how Snead and McVay like to operate, the agility drills are very important for them when it comes to evaluating talent in the secondary or obviously wide receiver. So you talk about, JJ, John Johnson III. You talk about Cooper Kupp. They did really well in those measurables as well as our third-round pick David Long of this year, who's a quarterback from Michigan. He was also an agility superstar in the combine. One of the reasons why Taylor was, at one point a highly touted first-round safety was being talked about as the number one safety in the draft, and he fell to us at this point in the second round was because he skipped doing the 40-yard time at the combine and did it in his pro day. And the scouts at the pro day had him going between 4.74 and 4.77 on that 40-yard time. And it really knocked him down a notch. Now, there's a lot of rumors, not a lot of rumors. He was dealing with the hip pointer injury, or maybe it was a hip flexor injury. But he was injured, and it's actually pretty incredible some of the numbers he put up while being injured. But like you're going to hear Sean McVay and Les Snead talk about, they've said it multiple times when talking about Taylor Rapp, they don't really care about the 40 time. On film, Taylor Rapp plays very, very fast. He's got a lot of burst. He has a lot of speed. And you know what? John Johnson III didn't have a lot of, 40. He didn't have a great 40-yard time either. And that was one of the reasons he fell to us in the third round. And the rest is history. John Johnson III is easily a Pro Bowl, all-pro quality player. We know that now, which is just awesome. So the other thing that he's talked about a lot with Taylor is that he is a very versatile player. He's considered probably the most versatile safety in the draft. He's good in coverage. He's good against the run. He can rush the passer. He's just very, very fundamentally sound, very smart, and an all-around safety, just like the safety we've been talking about, John Johnson III. So I'm excited about the future and the ability to have two really solid all-around safeties, and they're very interchangeable. You can put one at free safety in coverage. You can put one against a tight end. You can put one against a running back. You can have one up in the box against the run. When both of your safeties are very, very talented all around and don't really have any major holes in their game, there's a lot of stuff that Wade Phillips and the Rams defense is going to be able to do with that. So now we're going to go on to watching some film and seeing a little bit about what he brings to the table as far as that goes. And we're gonna be watching four games worth of film. And what I've done is I've edited it a little bit to cut out the plays in which Taylor wasn't involved in at all. So if he's even remotely close to being involved in these plays, they are in this game. Okay, so we're gonna be watching a broad amount, because even though he's not getting a tackle or an interception or pass deflection, it's still really great to see what he brings to the table on film. As far as hustle goes, motor, how the coverage ability is, because a lot of times, even though he won't be involved, he'll show great coverage abilities, or just really instinctual gameplay. So we're going to kind of go through all that. Okay, so we're starting off with the first game of the year for Washington, playing against Auburn. Auburn's the 9th-ranked team in the country, so they're not a bad team. We're watching a good team versus a very good team, and we're going to be taking out Taylor up here. So let's see what we got. Okay, a little screen game to the slot receiver, and you see Taylor actually comes in and hits this big old tackle on this guy. So like right off the get-go, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. You guys can see right off the get-go, Taylor shows some of that explosiveness, some of that burst. And you guys can see he's not even in the frame at this point. So we can see from the 35-yard line all the way to the 20. So we see 15 yards. He's at least 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, and probably more like 20 yards off the line of scrimmage at this point. And they're going to do a screen play to the slot corner here. And, yeah, see slot corner right here. Bam. He catches it. We still don't have Taylor in view. And we see the 35. We can see up 12, 13 yards downfield here from where he's got the ball right now. And Taylor comes out of nowhere like a missile and just, bam, lay some hammer down. Now, one of the things that I really like about this tackle is that Taylor doesn't only just hit hard on this guy, He also wraps the legs as he's doing that to really secure the tackle. And that's how you get a really low missed tackle rate as a safety, is to make sure that even though you want to lay down the wood and you want to freaking hit somebody hard, that you're also wrapping as you do that to ensure that those guys don't get away. Because oftentimes in the college level or even in the pro level, you're going to see somebody going for that big hit and they're going to hit them hard, but that doesn't totally knock them on balance. Knock the ball carrier off balance and knock them out of the ground. A lot of times they're able to recover with great balance and they're able to keep on going, and that doesn't happen to Taylor Rapp, and you're going to see that throughout the film. But solid start to the game, and then actually he follows up that with another really good tackle here. Bam! Gets a nice tackle, then he wraps the legs up. Solid again, but what we're going to look at is, again, he's off screen. He is nowhere to be seen. He's playing deep safety again, and he does great instincts, great explosiveness. You're talking about 40 speed. Man, the guy gets down there in no time and makes a really solid tackle yet again. Now he's deep safety again, playing off screen once more. Running play, this guy gets away. And who's there to get the tackle? Taylor Rapp again. Great job in all these plays of being involved. Constant high motor, nose for the ball. That was a little bit of a pass rush. Didn't really make any headway. He's going to do another pass rush here, and he's going to get kind of drowned out by the right tackle. Like most safeties, let me pause real quick. Like most safeties, who are going to be blitzing or who are going to be in pass rush, these guys aren't going to freaking win hand battles and have these incredible spin moves to get the quarterback. For the most part, they're kind of shooting out of a cannon and hoping to get a line drive shot at the quarterback. I've seen him with some nice, you're going to see actually with the film here, some nice spin moves, the occasional nice swim move, but for the most part, they're trying to catch people off guard by surprise with the blitz. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. So the pass rushing is not going to be elite level, edge rusher and like that, but he's actually pretty good. He's pretty solid at it. And here he's coming in. Actually, I didn't even see him that play. So he's playing real deep again on the bottom side of the screen. Nice little screen pass. Gets away. Now, he's the last line of defense here, and I want to show you guys again the solid tackling. That is it. I mean, let's rewind just a second here. Pause right here. If Taylor doesn't make this tackle, this guy's gone. Touchdown. I mean, there's no one else to cover this. The final two Huskies are up on here. He's the last line of defense, and this is such an important role to play, and he's such a fundamentally sound tackler. He squares his hips up to the receiver, and he's ready to do whatever he needs to do to get the tackle. And the guy chooses a direction. Taylor's ready for the tackle, wraps it up, and secures it. This is another one of these where he's up in the business there, getting involved. Off screen again, deep. He plays a lot of deep safety, especially early in the season. He's in on the tackle there. He reads the quarterback well. Nice little blitz. Now, this is one of the things that I love about this is look at this dude's motor, man. It's highly unlikely, right? Like, let's rewind a little bit. It's highly unlikely that at this point he's going to be involved in this play again. But he's still sprinting downfield. He's still showing us that great motor, that never quit attitude, that nose for the ball. Because here's what could happen. I mean, let's just say, okay, boom, he kind of dodges this tackle, and this guy's got him wrapped up. But let's say, which is not unusual at the pro level, that the running back's able to break these two tackles. Or he's able to shrug them off, or he's able to juke them, or he gets, a nice whatever. Let's just say that he gets out of these. If Taylor wouldn't be showing that great motor and that great nose for the ball and that great hustle, then he might not be available to back these guys up. Had this running back, been able to break these tackles at the pro level, running backs break tackles like crazy. So it's just great to see a guy who gives full effort all the time. Deep again. He's playing about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. Nice little screen to the running back, and this is that. As soon as he identifies what's going on, his explosiveness to get to the ball is awesome to see. This is actually a really nice cover safety play where the quarterback rolls to the bot side here. I'm going to rewind it and kind of show you guys. So here's Taylor right here. The quarterback's going to roll down. He's got a couple options, and this is Byron Murphy at the bottom covering this outside receiver, and Byron's going to let him go. Taylor's going to pick him up, and they're going to continue to give the quarterback no options, and the quarterback ends up having just to toss it away. And you see the coverage here. Taylor's solid on him. He's got nowhere to go thanks to great coverage by the Huskies, and he doesn't throw. He runs it out of bounds, but options. Here's a little fake pass rush. Great play up here. I'm going to rewind this one also because what happens is the Huskies are a very, very good team in coverage, very good defensive team as a whole, and Taylor does a little bit of a fake pass rush, and this guy's got everyone covered downfield, but his safety valve is this kind of hybrid tight end fullback guy here who's gonna do a little screen out here and give him a safety valve release. And watch, Taylor does I don't know if Taylor was originally planning on blitzing and then he runs out to get that, or if this guy was his responsibility the whole time. Either way, great recognition to see him running out as a safety valve and great coverage on him. Now he knows he's got nowhere to go. He's holding onto the ball too long, gets drilled from behind, and that could have been a lot worse if he got his strip sacked, or he would have rushed a throw and thrown it into coverage. And so I missed that one. So now he's up in here again. Oh, this is the same play. One last look at it. Taylor, great job on the safety valve, and a great job by the Huskies on getting that pressure up there. So he's up. This is just a run play. Watch. He feels that he's got 95, got him, but Taylor Rapp's getting involved. He gets in there. He's not afraid to get in the nitty-gritty up the line there. And then he gets a little stop here. Nothing crazy. Not every play is going to blow your mind, obviously, that he's involved in. He's deep safety again. Little screen, and he's there. He's always there. He's always to the ball. And this is, what's funny about this one, about this game in particular, is that none of these games that we're going to watch really are, a couple of them are nice, but none of these are like statistically blow your mind games where he's racking up tons of tackles for loss, tons of sacks and interceptions and pass deflections. They just show a lot about what a solid, fundamentally sound player Taylor Rapp is, and that he impacts the game in a lot of ways. And he's kind of always in the right place at the right time, ready to be the option that's necessary to secure the defensive plays that they're making. So, the Huskies are a great defense, and he was such an important cog in that. And this play is pretty simple. It breaks down, but it just shows you Taylor does a really nice job right here. So he's playing up in the line here. He's going to end up getting this receiver right here, and you can just see a little bit of his coverage skills. He's not getting faked by any of the hesitation or anything like that. He's just staying with his man. Great coverage. And that's a kind of a hard one to see. I want to see. So Taylor's actually, let's see. He gets circle here. So Taylor's actually up here on this play. Oh, sorry. I went back too far. Let's fast forward a little bit. He's actually down here, and he comes around and helps make the wrap on that guy. Now, he gets away, but you kind of see some of the explosiveness around the side, and he slowed him down long enough, obviously, to secure the tackle. And that was kind of an interesting play because you just see his nose to the ball. He's ready to just drill this guy from Cal. So now we switch to the Cal game. Last line of defense, again, squares up. So that's real quick. This is 2 plays from now, I think. But he's deep safety. The play goes just a little screen, a really quick flick screen to the slot receiver. And again, the Husky, this guy's not slow. The last line of defense, if he beats him, he could be gone for a touchdown. He squares up his hips, squares up his shoulders, reads the play properly, and gets the nice wrap around the legs and secures the tackle. solid foundational tackler, guys. A little pass rush off the edge there. Another pass rush here, and this one was awesome. You're going to see a replay of it, so I'm not going to rewind. But he comes out from the strong safety position, gets a really nice blitz pass rush, and the only thing better than the blitz pass rush is the pickup by this running back. Watch this running back from Cal. Pick it up and stonewall him. Bam. Now he gets a nice push-up, and he does cause the quarterback to have to run into the pocket. Solid play by everyone really involved. Now, screenplay. This guy's trying to get away and not have anything of it. Taylor's ready to get involved. Look at the coverage on this play. This was one of the sickest coverage plays. And it's plays like this where kind of he just goes full-blown all out that kind of remind me of Troy Polamalu. His motor, his nose for the ball is always wanting to be around, ready to make plays. And plays like this where he plays great coverage and shows that athleticism with the beautiful diving knockdown. Look at this replay. Just perfect timing, dives over the side, knocks the ball down. Just a textbook, awesome play from safety there. And again, fundamental tackling, squares up, patiently waits for them to try to make a move, and then goes for the wrap job. A running game, and he comes up, squares up again. You just see every single time that he comes up for a tackle, and you're going to see here, I'm going to pause it right at that moment. He's reading the play. He's down here. He's reading the play. He's waiting. He sees him explode to the left, through the gap. Now he's coming up. He squares up his hips, his shoulders, gets ready to make a play, waits for him, and then wraps. Now, obviously, there was help there, but he was ready to make that play regardless. You're going to see that constantly from Taylor. Deep safety again. Running, bounced off some tackles. Taylor's there. Like, look, Taylor was playing deep off the ball, and where did that even end up? I mean, the line of scrimmage is here at the 16. Taylor was there ready to make a tackle, 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. I mean, right here, he's ready to hit this guy, and you go 1, 2, 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, ready to go on a run play when he was playing deep safety, probably 15, 20 yards off the ball. He's playing on here. He actually gets the slot receiver, but this is. The only reason I show this play is because this is our guy, Greg Gaines, our 4th round pick. We're going to do a video on him too where I'm going to show this off a little bit, but I want to show you guys how explosive Greg Gaines is. Look at him right here. Just blows the center up and just tosses this guy aside like he's nothing. We'll get to Greg Gaines in the future video though. Playing in the linebacker slot, actually drops back into coverage. And this guy makes a nice little move. He's there for the... he's there involved. He's ready to make plays. Coming off the edge there. Nice little spin move. That was a really fast pass, but you see the spin move actually freed him up. And if the quarterback would have held on to the ball just a little bit longer, I think he would have been there for a pressure or a sack. Now he's playing deep safety. He's a little bit late coming up. I would have liked to have seen him come up a little bit faster because this was him playing deep. And he's a little bit late here because if this guy would have caught the ball, Taylor doesn't have a chance on making a play on the ball. I would have seen him like to... So that's something to watch. This is an issue with 40 time. This is an issue with how fast he read this play. He should have been over on the side faster, ready to contest that ball. This is a pretty nice play here, and I'll kind of explain why I really love it. And I'm going to rewind it, and I'm going to kind of break it down. So the first guy to miss the tackle, so here he is playing safety. He's going to get one of these guys here that comes down. Now, fake handoff, and he ends up bootlegging to the side here and ends up running for it. So the first guy misses the tackle. The next guy we have up right here is Burke Irvin. He's going to miss a tackle. The guy who actually secures this is going to be number 3 here. Now, this is Taylor right here engaged in a block by this wide receiver. And it's just nice to see because you got 2 guys kind of ready to in a position to make a play. And you got Greg Gaines, big boy coming down the side there. But watch the way he throws his blocker aside and then he gets involved because, again, it's football. In hindsight, we can see how this play ended and that Taylor wasn't really needed to help make this play end. But in live time, Taylor knows that he needs to get involved in this play and get a hit on this quarterback to ensure that he doesn't score. That's exactly what he does. He kind of just assists in knocking him out of bounds. But I just like the way he shrugged off that block and got into it. Gets kind of burnt off. Gets kind of wrecked by that guard on a little pass rush attempt. Now he's playing about 10 yards, 9 yards off the ball. And I love the anticipation on this play, man. So he's playing pretty far off the ball here. I'm going to pause right here. So you got big boy right here. He seems kind of bad. I don't know if he's a tight end or he's just a really big guy playing in the slot. But he is going to, on the inside here. Taylor's, the line of scrimmage, he's 9, almost 10, really 10 yards off the line of scrimmage here. Playing this guy. This is his coverage, man. And he anticipates the play, steps up a little bit. Now this guy's going to do a cut. Taylor's all over it. He sees the quarterback's eyes. He sees this guy making the slant cut, and he's on it. And I watched this freaking tackle, man. He hits him really hard, right in the midsection, but he also wraps and throws this guy down. Fundamental. He can get some nice pops, lay some nice wood down on some really powerful, strong hits, but his ability to also wrap and get those tackles secured is awesome. I actually love this play right here, and this shows me what a smart player Taylor Rapp is. And I'm going to rewind it and kind of show it to you again. I just rewound too much. Let me see. A little bit further here. Okay, so we're going to watch this one real quick so we can get to the next one. One more look at this solid tackle. Okay, so this play here is really great because Taylor's playing in the box with kind of everyone else. He's ready to go. It's going to be a run play. Now, this is the point where Taylor understands what's happening to a higher degree than a lot. And this is a mistake that a lot of safeties / linebackers make in the NFL level. And if you guys follow the Rams last year, this was some of the mistakes that some of our really athletic guys like Mark Barron and Corey Littleton were making, especially early in the season. They were making this mistake. Now, obviously, when you pause it here, he's squared up and he sees, look, he has a freaking line to this running back right here. And it's really congested right here right now. But he understands the play that's coming, and that is that the guard is going to be forcing number 9 out. One of these 2 linemen is going to be disengaging to get onto Burke Irvin, and they're creating a gap for this running back to run through. So instead of just trying to blitzing to this guy right here, because he may get to him and get him for a tackle for loss, he's doing the more important thing. Look, they're down by 5 points in midway through the fourth quarter. He does a smart play here, and he covers the gap instead of going for the flashier, more big play. Now, and to see the gap opens up, and here's Taylor right here ready to pounce this gap and get it. And then he helps secure the tackle with Burke Irvin. We don't like Burke Irvin anymore. He's a Seattle Seahawk. But, yeah, great fundamental play there to cover the gap instead of going for the flashy play. Now we're on to the Washington State game. First play, right off the bat, Taylor's jumping a route as the safety here, deep in coverage, and freaking almost gets a pick. It would have been nice, but he's there to stop the play regardless. All right, he's playing deep on the top side. A little short play. He's ready. He's ready there for the tackle. All right, deep on the bot side here. A little screen play, and who's there? Ready to make tackles. Actually, he actually takes it really bad. So a lot of times we're talking about, this is actually one of his not great plays. We've been talking about how he squares up. He squarely faces the receiver. Now this guy's pretty quick too. Now he doesn't square up here. He squares up. You kind of saw it there. He squared up, and he gave him the outside edge. I don't know if he was expecting to have outside help, but there's actually nobody there. So when he just keeps running to the outside. So he was in a bad starting spot there, and he squared up without really having position to square up like that. So, and you see that. I'm gonna rewind that. That was actually, so it's starting to snow here, starting to get real. Taylor's actually playing not too far off the ball. He's got a coverage responsibility. I think his coverage responsibility is actually this guy, and they're in the middle of talking down here. They're still communicating, and they're not really ready for the ball. And Taylor gets on it fast. Screenplay, and watch him anticipate what's coming, and he's already sprinting through this hole, ready to drill this receiver getting a screen pass. Solid play. He also avoids the block by 72 there. Solid play by Taylor to make sure he's there to break that up. Little draw play. Taylor's just involved. He's ready to go. He doesn't actually secure the tackle there, but you see the positioning, and just slipped out of his hands there in the Rapp tackle. Little pass blitz. Gets just kind of knocked out by the left tackle. We talked about the pass rushing stuff for safeties now. You're not expecting a whole lot from a safety and pass rush, just to make the occasional surprise play there. Involved. Look at that. That play, he went from deep safety, deep. See, there was look how deep he is off the ball here. He is, I mean, we can see here the line of scrimmage at the 40, the 50. We see at least 15 yards. He's nowhere to be seen. And he comes up to help make this tackle on the screen to the running back here with a couple of yards, but 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Such a freaking great nose for the ball. Great nose for the ball. Deep off. Look at that anticipation. Just immediately saw what was happening in the play, diagnosed it, and attacked. Now he's trying to do a little pass rush action here. Some of his pass rushes aren't that great looking. I mean, he's not really making great plays, but again, we're kind of, as a safety blitzing, you're kind of looking to catch people off guard, and we'll see some of those style blitzes later in the film. Now the stone's getting heavy on the ground. Comes up, secure. Look at that. Great Rapp tackle. Burke Irvin falls off trying to make a high tackle. He wraps the legs up and secures it. He's playing. Look at this. So this is a touchdown, but he's playing on the outside as a corner, and he gets all the way back in there to attempt to make a tackle at the goal line. Just solid nose to the ball motor. One of those things again. Nothing really involved there. All right, playing deep in the end zone. Comes up. Squares up, helps secure that tackle and stop the touchdown. So, solid play all around. And this one again, another play. He's actually the one who really helped secure this stop here. Check it out. So this first one's pretty interesting. So he comes up from deep in the end zone to help secure this. Stop. He stopped the first down because the next play it's 2nd and 1. And he's all the way at the back of the end zone. Now watch here. This guy's actually starting to make a break around. And not only does he grab him, but he, instead of just trying to drill him and stop him, he actually grabs him and helps pull him down to the ground so he can't advance any further. So rather than allowing any kind of forward momentum, he really puts his weight behind stopping that momentum. Really solid. There's nothing really involved in this one. I don't even know why I included that one. Okay, next he's playing down on the bot side here. Deep running play. And he gets in there to help secure the tackle. Just his nose for the ball is great. Okay, now we switch. Now we're watching the last game of the season for Taylor Rapp against Utah. Again, another ranked team. All these games have been against ranked teams. And so we are ready to go. Oh, no, Cal wasn't ranked. But, Auburn was ranked 9th at the time. I want to say Washington State was ranked 16th at the time. And now we have Utah, who's ranked, let me make sure we're at the starting spot here. Utah, who's ranked 17th. So we'll watch this one more time, and then we'll head over to the Utah game. So we're in a little bit better weather here. Doing a little pass rush off the edge. Nice job. Creating some pressure, causing the scramble out. That's actually one of his better pass rushes where he actually hit some blocking. Now he's playing deep safety off the time here. And he, again, last line of defense, solid tackle, wraps up, secures anything further from happening. Another one of these blitz. Onto the running back, creates pressure. Look at him. Look at the freaking wheel. This guy just never stops, man. He never stops. He has so much freaking heart, so much drive, and his motor is phenomenal. Playing some really good corner. The only reason I include that one is I like the way he picked up that receiver. Playing deep safety. Comes up. Actually causes the incompletion here. This was actually a really, really good read by him and a solid hit, and causes the incompletion. So, well done, Taylor Rapp. Playing really deep again. I mean, really deep now, like 20 yards off. And the screenplay, and look who comes up to help make the tackle. None but Taylor Rapp. And his instincts combined with his athleticism is solid. And here is one of those surprise blitzes that we were talking about. And he just blitzes right up the middle. Great delayed blitz, great delayed timing, and he gets that sack. Phenomenal. Running play, sheds the block, gets in on it. Another pass rush. Look at the stunt on that, man. I hope we get a replay of that one. If not, I'm going to rewind it. Even though it went for a bit, it's because number 3 stumbles. We'll kind of rewind and talk about that one again. So check it out. We're not going to replay, so I'll rewind it. So obviously, another look at this delicious sack. Great secure on that. A lot of safeties can actually miss that sack because that was a nice duck under. So he's all the way back here, and he has a nice little stunt. Oh, I rewound way far. Okay, we'll watch this one more time too. That was pretty much nothing. It was a Seattle Seahawks. Nobody cares. Okay, so then check it out. He's at the line of scrimmage. He does a nice little stunt where he fakes running forward and then stunts around to the side and ends up getting huge pressure. Nice hit. And the only reason this is a completion, because watch number 3 up here, he freaking stumbles to the ground right in the middle of that. So he stumbles a little bit. That gives him the opening he needs. But nice pressure, nice QB hit there by Taylor Rapp. All right, a couple more plays here to go through before the end. Playing deep. Nice pass deep. Taylor's there. He's getting a little late. Now, he wasn't really shading that direction in the first place, so it was a long way to run, but nice pass rush again. Well, he didn't really do anything, but he was in on the pass rush again. Here he is in the box. He's rushing the passer again, and this was actually, so he got injured, and I think that might have been a nice interception by Murphy. We're going to see a replay of this one, and he bends awkwardly there, and he ends up, you actually see him limping later on in the game, and I think this is probably when it happened, because he gets pancaked by this freaking guard here, or the center, and he gets freaking, you see his legs bent underneath him there, and then we'll see on the next play he's going to be limping quite a bit, and I'm wondering if he wasn't, you can't see it when he's running full speed because he's a freaking warrior, but nice secure tackle. Look at that. I mean, that is what we're talking about here. This is the end of the game, but you'll see him limping at the end of that. See him limping right there. So I'm going to watch that play one more time because I love it. He is, see the plays at the 7. He is at the 17, maybe 18-yard line. So he's 11 yards off the line of scrimmage. And he, boom, right here, sees the fake handoff. He's not fooled by the fake. He sees this guy. This guy's already looking. He anticipates. He sees the throw going. And he just, boom, to the ball. And beautiful tackle. Make sure he doesn't get out. The guy tried a little hesitation, a little juke, and Taylor's not fooled. He gets that tackle and freaking secures it, and that is it, guys. That is Taylor Rapp. That is 4 games of film. So you guys got a really good idea of who Taylor Rapp is and what he brings to the table. He's a phenomenal tackler. He's pretty good in coverage. He's good when he's playing one-on-one against tight ends and slots. He actually was very effective against slots this year. Very effective against tight ends. He's got a good zone ability, but his fundamental tackling, his run defense, the occasional really solid pass blitz, delayed blitz that he had. And of course, we see him snuff out screens and short passes like that really, really well. But instincts, great football IQ, great motor, you know, just a really solid player. And excited to see him this year filling that role by Marquise Christian as the safety linebacker hybrid in the nickel formation, and then seeing him in the future take over for Eric Weddle and having two dynamic, versatile, really talented safeties in Taylor Rapp and John Johnson III is going to be awesome for us Rams fans. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be doing a breakdown for every single one of the draft picks and probably some of the undrafted free agents. So if you guys want to see some of this content, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, and then comment below and let me know what your favorite play from Taylor Rapp was, or what you're most excited about seeing him in the upcoming years as a Ram and what he brings to the table. Guys, thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you guys next time.